This is the Daily Dirty.
The Daily Dirty. Breaking pop culture news, influencer drama, and everything in between.
Daily Dirty.
On Unwell On Air.
Welcome to the Daily Dirty. I'm Seqouia Holmes.
I'm Fiona Shea.
And I'm Harry Jowsey, and I'm hungover.
Woo!
Harry's with us in the studio today, co-hosting in place of Hannah, who is actually throwing the first pitch at the Padres game.
Like, Hannah's so fucking big time. No, she is
For
way
real.
too humble to be that big time.
What is the Padres?
The baseball
So that was a
team in San
Diego
Diego.
baseball team.
Oh.
Harry came in here wearing a Yankees hat, and I said, all right, New York, let's represent. And Harry goes, what?
Yeah,
I go,
sick
that's
hat.
a Yankees hat, bro.
Shout out New York.
Shout out New York.
We love it.
So you guys might know Harry. He is a reality TV star heartthrob. He is the host of his very own Unwell podcast, Boyfriend Material, where he talks about being boyfriend material, right?
We're learning.
We're learning.
Yeah,
learning.
the point is we're trying to learn to become boyfriend material.
Nice.
And Alex thinks I'm almost there.
Okay.
And that's all that matters.
Are you a Gemini man, Harry?
How did you know that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Apparently it's a bad one.
I'm a Gemini woman, which is the good one.
Oh, you're the good one?
But I'm sorry for you for that.
But I'm on the cusp, apparently that's okay.
Of Cancer or of Taurus? You don't know. When's your birthday?
Whatever the good one is. May 24th is my birthday. So
Of
I'm,
Taurus? Maybe. Okay.
So
You
I'm
might be
chilling.
alright.
I'm big
You might
chilling.
be alright.
But then, whatever. Hey, you know.
Wait, I can't believe you knew he was a Gemini man.
Do I-
And you have a thing with Gemini men.
I know.
Wait,
I'm like, Gemini
how did-
man.
What did I do to give off that energy?
You know, I can just read. I can just sense
God.
it. I know another Gemini when I'm in the presence of one.
Yeah, anytime someone asks me that and I'd say, oh yeah, I'm a Gemini, they're like, oh, sorry.
It happens to me too.
I'm
It's
like,
okay.
I got no choice.
It's okay. I didn't ask to be born this day. I don't know.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you got two personalities? I'm like, maybe when I'm hangry and when
couple.
I'm fed,
Yeah, like
that's
the
it.
Snickers bar.
that's all I need.
Yeah.
I'm a different man.
So your birthday's coming up, Harry.
Oh, God.
What are you
Really
planning on
soon.
doing? Are you partying? You went out last night. Are we keeping the ball rolling? Or are we going back to wellness and becoming boyfriend material?
See, that's the thing. Like, maybe I need to do that. No, I was thinking about it. I'm like, do I just keep going on a bender? And then I'm
Yeah,
like, actually,
right.
I don't like that. Like, that's irresponsible. I've got two children, the dogs.
I've got two children.
Yeah,
They're
responsibilities.
dogs.
Like, I woke up this morning, I'm like, looking at them, I'm like, oh, guys, I'm so disappointed in me.
What
Like,
kind of dogs?
I've got a little fat English bulldog,
Cute.
and it's the perfect amount of fat.
Yeah.
And he's got little rolls, and he's perfect. And his name's Bruce. And then there's Kai, and she's a little King Charles Cavalier. And I love them. He is like one of those people that you have to like. He won't really like you until you like warm up to him. Like
Yeah.
you got to work for it. So it's kind of nice because like if
Like
I
a
start
cat.
seeing
Yeah,
a girl,
like a
they're
cat.
like, oh, why doesn't he like me? I was like,
Next
oh, no,
time
you're
you
the
come
one.
back.
You gotta earn it.
Yeah.
they never come back.
Yeah.
And then she is the most clingy dog ever. The most clingy girl
Aw.
ever.
You got
Yeah.
the best of both worlds.
Yeah, but it's annoying when she like licks my face when I'm asleep. But apart from that, it's
No.
good.
So you woke up this morning, you were like, I could keep the bender going, or I could tend to my kids.
Yeah, or I could get back to work.
I could get back to work.
Because I go on these like sober streaks. Like last time I was sober for like 13 months.
Nice.
But then when I say that, people are like, oh, you must have had a problem. I was like, no, I just get excited.
Yeah.
And like I
Yeah.
kind of one drink. I'm like, oh, well, we're doing it. We may as well just get-"
Totally.
Yeah, and then I just really hate I get the worst anxiety.
Yes.
Like last time, so it was New Year's. This is what stopped me. I woke up. I'm like, who
We
peed
know
the
about
bed?
this.
You said you peed the bed?
No, I thought the dog peed the bed. Turns out it was me.
Oh my
but I didn't wake up
God.
in the bed. I woke up in the bathtub with no pants on and a shirt on.
Oh my God.
And I was like, my best friend Dom was like, hey, did some weird shit happen last night? Why was it in the bath? He's like, I don't know, brother. You smell like piss, though. I'm like, oh, I must have peed the bed.
What's your personality like when you're drunk? Because you have a very, you're very open and fun just day to day.
Mm.
So when you're drunk, like, is a different personality come out?
I just think I think I'm the funniest person alive. Like
Yeah.
I'm just saying the dumbest stuff.
I'm kinda
always
like
on,
that too.
always on a mission as well. Like I have to have a task. Like I have to be doing something.
Okay. Side
yeah.
quests.
Yeah, like always like busy and activated. I'm like, okay, cool. Like last night I was at a house party and this guy had a bunch of DJ stuff in his car. So I'm like, cool, I'm gonna go get it. And set up his whole system in the downstairs theater of this house. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, who are these people? What's going on? Anyway.
So were you going to hop on the decks, or
I
you were
tried
just
to.
setting it up for him?
You tried to.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I don't know what I was doing. I ruined the night. Yeah.
They kicked you off.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's funny you brought that up because
Oh, God.
Seqouia and I have been talking a lot about drinking and like our relationship to alcohol. Seqouia has a similar story where you woke up one New Year's Day, right? Like 2 years ago, and you were kind of like, damn, I need a break.
Quite
It's stupid.
literally, the anxiety was crippling. Like, I did not want to put the covers over, like, off of my head. I was just like, I just want to hide. I don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
I did last night, and I can't.
And you've done now forever?
And I just have not drank really since then.
It's
except
so
for my
good.
birthday.
It's so good.
It's an experience. I get you.
And I've been sober for 2 weeks.
Okay, good.
But I'm so clear. Like, I honestly feel like realizations, like I'm getting downloads about like what I need to do and like
Wow.
decisions I'm making. Even
Yeah.
just taking like 2 weekends off.
Yes.
But it's
You
also fun, the decisions you make when you're drunk.
I know. So I
That's
don't think
fair.
I'm like I'm just going to have a better, more balanced relationship. I
Right.
think.
Meaningful drinking as
Yeah, see,
opposed
like,
to meaningless drinking.
Meaningful.
That's where I land too, for the most part.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I'm in the mood to be crazy and I want to go out and I want to meet people and I'm in that mood, let's take some shots. But it
Yeah.
doesn't need to. I don't need to every weekend.
Well, no, that was the thing. It was my dad's birthday yesterday. R.I.P. He left the chat last year.
Oh.
And I was like, I should probably have a beer for him because it was the last time I had a beer.
Nice.
And then it was me and my best friend Dom, and we were trying to figure out how to use the barbecue. And you'd think we'd be good at it because we're men,
Australian.
and we're meant to know this stuff.
Yeah.
You're Australian.
Right.
You should know
On
the
the Barbie.
Outback.
You put a little shrimp on the
Yeah,
Barbie.
no, we're pretty good at that. Like back home, I just think the barbecues are different here. I don't know, but we didn't bring any utensils. We just brought a fork and a bunch of butter and like 4 steaks. And I put it on the grill, and then Dom's like, "Oh, we should probably marinate that or something." So he pulls it off the grill and just starts mixing it in with butter. I don't know, it was terrible. And then we got really drunk, and it tasted great. So-
Okay. Were there any seasonings on it? Just butter?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
I'm not upset. No,
No, it
yeah,
sucks.
That's
It's
fine.
not good.
To be fair, I also do that on my dad's birthday. My dad also left the chat,
Oh.
and I will have a little drinky drink on my dad's birthday.
R.I.P. to the
Nice.
real ones.
He liked to do that. So
He did?
yeah.
Hell yeah.
He did.
Shout out, Pops.
Yeah, very much.
Shout out. Did your family do anything in Australia to celebrate yesterday?
I was too drunk to know. Yeah.
Have to check in with after the show.
Yeah, I was messaging them all, telling them I love them. I'm like,
No,
no.
because you do.
No, I love him so much. And then I messaged this random girl at like 4 a.m. I'm like, hey, I think it's about time I cook you dinner. Yeah. No, I woke up. I was like,
Send her a pic of the butter steak
yeah. I
half
was like,
cooked.
who the fuck do I think I am?
Seasonless butter steak, half cooked.
Yeah, literally. It was like the last message I said. It was like 2021. I'm like, I don't even know this person.
You don't even know who you messaged, really.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, we're so happy you're here, Harry.
Are we?
Truly. Yes.
Okay.
Actually, yes.
Yes.
Very happy.
You always bring the laughs, Harry.
No, yeah, you're so fun.
You guys are laughing at me. Come on now.
Feels like with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
feels like
cool.
with.
A little
Feels
bit
like
of both. A little
yeah,
bit
it
of
feels
both.
like you're laughing.
We got some fun stories to talk about today.
But
Shall
first,
we?
can we talk about your sunscreen?
Okay, so there's no sunscreen.
Yeah.
It's after sun protection. 'Cause
Okay.
sunscreen takes forever to do this stuff, so we've been working on it for a long time.
Okay.
So I started this brand called Pash. Your boy's had skin cancer 3 times. Don't get it.
Whoa.
Yeah, don't get.
I didn't realize.
Don't get any cancer. It's not fun.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the goal.
Yeah.
is to try and push away from that.
What, so you went to the dermatologist and they were like, yo, we got to get this removed?
Well, okay, it's really silly. I do a lot of these dating shows, right? And the last one, we're in the sun so much. And I get back, I was like, oh, what is this little mark on my arm? I thought it was like fungus. So I started putting like fungal toe cream on it to get rid of it.
Athlete's foot cream.
Literally, I'm like, okay, cool, self-diagnosed. I was like, I don't want to go to the doctor here. Like, you have to pay for it. It's so stupid. Which
That's
is,
fair.
you know,
That's fair.
like
Yes.
in Australia, you don't have to pay for anything.
So,
Now,
talk
you're really
that-
preaching
talk
now.
that shit.
Yeah.
Talk that shit.
For real.
No, but then I was like, okay, what is that? And then I'm like, maybe I should go see a dermatologist. And she saw it. First thing she goes, oh, skin cancer. And I'm like,
Oh my god.
I started hyperventilating. She's like, you want to sit down? I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to pass out. And I'm like, I'm not going to die, am I? She's like, well, if it... she's like, we couldn't do it. Anyway, it was crazy. So they scraped the first one off, and then I found another little funky mark in my neck.
Wow.
And then then I went back, and she's like, oh, yeah, you're getting really good at spotting this stuff. I was like, I don't want to be good at spotting cancer.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be a professional at this. This is your job?
Yeah.
And then once she was like cutting out the other one, she found a third one.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And do you think that this
Harry.
was called, I mean, obviously you grew up in Australia, you live in LA now, but do you think it was from the reality shows of being in this like UV 10, 11, like nonstop, not wearing sunscreen?
I think because growing up in Australia, and what she explained, and I could be fully wrong, it kind of develops over like 20 years or something, like as you're growing up and being in Australia and New Zealand. So in New Zealand, there's a massive hole in the ozone layer.
Yes.
That's
okay.
what I've heard.
So you
yes.
get cooked.
Yes.
You get so cooked. Like I would get heat rashes all up my
Wow.
hands. Just like I would always be burnt. So I think just growing up in that environment, also not really thinking that skincare is like cool or sunscreen is cool.
Yeah.
And so that was why we made this brand, is because I was like, oh, I really want something, because like I want it to be unisex. I also want something that's cool and feels fun. And it's also has lime caviar in it. Do you know what that stuff is?
No.
So it's like a finger lime, but you open it up and it's like, it looks like caviar.
Oh.
So-
I have seen that in a Korean skincare moisturizer. It's like the little balls within the moisturizer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that we have that's native to Australia, and then there's golden seaweed, which is in the intertidal zone between Australia, I think, and New Zealand. And
Cool.
it's just really good for UV protection, really good for environmental stresses that like maybe the blue light from your phone is like causing issues. But a lot of the stuff that you guys get, I've been working on it for 2.5 years. A lot of the stuff that people get has so much acid in it, it's actually like peeling off your skin barrier. So we want to come in and fix that.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're trying to fix, because a lot of this stuff, like you know, if you put on some stuff and it feels really cooling, a lot of the time it has alcohol in it, which is like stripping your skin.
Oh my
Okay.
God, that's why it's cooling.
Yeah, so we don't want
Okay.
that. So we've got aloe vera in it, which like cools you down. I don't know what a primer is, but one of the ladies that's in the team, she said she used it as a primer, and I'm like,
Nice.
So it's good for under makeup, is what you're saying.
and it's so good for sensitive skin. Like,
Nice.
so we made it specifically for people with sensitive skin. We've got this derma test, so I'm nerding out,
No, that's
and I should
cool.
be hungover. We have
Yeah,
this.
now you're like on.
Yeah.
Like,
You're on
telling,
the Celsius.
telling us the
Celsius.
science.
No, so we have this derma test seal of approval, which is really difficult to get.
Okay.
So it means it's like safe at Sephora, safe at Ulta, like safe at all these places. What they did is they took 70 people, or maybe it was like 55 or 77. I don't know. There's two numbers, but it was a lot of people.
Double digits.
Right.
Yeah, hungover brain's kicking in. They took all these people and with really sensitive skin. They said, go try it. Let us know. And if 10% people come back with like, oh, I got a little bit of red mark or irritation, they're like A+, like that's good. You know, that's super safe. We had no one come back. So we like even our scientists were like, or whatever they're called. I don't know if the scientist is a real word. They were like, oh, we're really impressed with this formulation. Like, it's really good. We've never seen this before.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, yeah.
Pass with flying colors.
We smashed it.
I'm really excited.
So please
to
go to
try it
getpash.com.
out.
Yeah, I've got it in the car.
I know.
Okay.
I want some. So Pash is it one product
That's
right
it.
now? It's the moisturizer. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
And
face and body.
where can people buy it?
If you go to getpash.com, it's $18, face and body.
Nice.
It's so crazy. I order like 10 tubes a month because I just give it out
Yeah.
to everyone, and I always just go through it. I put it
Cool.
everywhere. Yeah, it's great.
I'm
We'll
so
be
excited
following
to
you
try.
your car
I
later
know.
on.
I'm taking you up on that.
Yeah,
Very
please.
much. Getting into today's stories, Kaya Gerber has opened up about growing up as Cindy Crawford's child. Kelly Osbourne says that she received more hate about her weight than her addiction issues. And we debate if 100 Americans could win a fight against 100 Brits with our Australian friend, Harry Jowsey.
No chance.
Plus, we discuss Kim Kardashian's new legal drama and Lena Dunham's return to TV in our segment TV Tuesday. But first, Halle Berry shares a Mother's Day video with her partner from bed. Da, da, da.
Yeah, so everyone's like really hitting the what the helly hard in response to this video. Halle Berry is sitting in bed with her partner Van Hunt. He's an artist. He's a songwriter, producer. Okay, so they're sitting in bed. Seemingly, she might not have a top on. Doesn't look like he has a shirt on. They have major rare from Halle and
let's
Van
go,
Hunt.
Halle.
Her hair's a bit disheveled. You know, like, it's clear that they've been laying there.
They've been laying there. And
been laying
she gets on Instagram. She's holding a product in her hand and she's like, I showed you guys how my day started, how my Mother's Day started. And now I'm not going to show you, but I'm going to tell you how my Mother's Day is going to end. And she's just like giggling her ass off. And
Yes.
so is he. And then she holds up this little product that she says is called Let's Spin, which is a lubricant. And she's like, and I got my travel size. We're in Cannes, France right now. Traveled with it for the first time. You like how all this sounds?
I love this.
And can we actually just play like a little audio from the clip, because you guys have to hear the way that she's talking.
Showed y'all how my day started, how my Mother's Day started. And now I'm going to tell you about, I'm not going to show you, I'm going to tell you about how my Mother's Day is going to end. You know, right?
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
Hurry up.
So I'm just adding myself into the video.
First of all,
So people think
we
it's
got
me.
a Let's Spin, because Let's Spin just came out in this cute little travel size. And so since we're in Cannes, France, I traveled with it for the first time. And we're about to Give it a spin.
You about to can with Van.
So Let's Spin, the product that she referenced in the video, is a lubricant.
We love lube.
By the way, it's a lube.
That she, I guess, is working with.
Yeah.
Right? Like, she does work with them. So it's a little bit of this kind of like organic ad placement. She said, let's get real authentic
Very
here.
much, very much.
If I'm going to sling a product, I'm going to actually bring you guys with me.
Opening the bedroom door for us to see.
The comments on this video, you guys, on Instagram are so funny. Like, one of the comments I saw was just like, we in grown people's business.
Very much in grown people's business. I am too young to be here. This is way too grown for me. Please.
I want to be that horny with someone one day. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It does seem very fun.
Are you going to give Let's Spin a spin?
Of course. That's all I need. Actually, yeah.
Let's get Harry on the PR list.
Please,
Yeah.
I'll do it. I can join in. I'll be in the bed as well, like the annoying little brother. No, that's weird.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know if that's what you need to be.
I don't know if
Harry.
they want me there.
TBH. But
Anyway.
speaking to Marie Claire in September 2024, Halle Berry explains that this relationship was way different than past ones she's been in. She says, it's the first time I was madly in love before I had sex.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that's never happened to me before, ever. So as we watch this video, it's very much giving that. It's giving dangerously in love Beyonce.
And she's had a lot of long-term relationships. She was married 3 times and then had a partner, Gabriel, from 2005 to 2010. Now has been with Van Hunt since 2020. And I've seen her on like her past Oprah interviews and whatnot. And she is a relationships girly. So the
Yes.
fact that she's saying this one is very different.
Yes.
Does kind of speak to, I guess, like as you get older, sometimes sex and relationships do get better. Because evidently for Halle, like, she met him, fell in love first before even getting intimate.
Well, look, it can't get any worse for me, so only up from here.
I've heard that like postmenopausal women have the best sex.
Really?
Yeah, or like their sex drive is like high and like
Interesting.
they have like
I'm gonna
the
post a
best
story and find
time.
some.
Yeah, but actually figure it out. Yeah,
Yeah,
do
I'm
some
on it.
research for us, please, Harry.
Yeah.
And I think that's where Let's Spin comes into play, because sometimes during menopause you do need to use a lubricant just
Right.
because of like different things that are happening with your body.
Right.
So yeah, I like this for Halle. I think it is funny that she posted this like just coincidentally right now when that song "What the Helly" is going around and everyone's saying like "What the Helly, what the Halle Berry,"
Yes.
and then she dropped this on us.
100% what the Halle Berry is going
Like
on here.
she's hitting her relevancy targets right
She
now.
really
crushed
is kind of iconic.
Yeah.
Wasn't mad at it at all.
No, I'm happy to see her thriving.
Sames. And in other mom news, I actually don't know if Halle Berry's a mom. Is she a mom?
Yes, she is. She
Yes.
has 2 kids.
we love the
Okay,
MILFs.
great. Very much
Sorry.
MILF status. And other MILF news.
Yeah.
Kaya Gerber
Period.
is speaking on her mother, Cindy Crawford.
Yes. So they just did an interview.
This is the first time I've seen this person.
This is the first time you're seeing Cindy Crawford.
Yeah, I've heard
Yes.
the name, but
Right.
I'm Australian. I'm like, oh, she's beautiful. She's amazing.
She
Hottest
is
person
like
alive.
She's
the
one
hottest
of
person
the
alive.
most iconic supermodels. She was huge in the 90s.
She's huge today.
And she's huge today.
We love
Right.
her.
And she did an interview with the Today Show on May 8th. Kaya Gerber, her daughter, who is also a model, and then Presley Gerber, her son, who he models as well.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he's a little bit of a musician too. Yeah.
His family just lucked out.
Lucked out. I mean, their
Genetic
dad.
lottery.
Wow.
Their dad is Randy Gerber. He co-owns Casamigos with George Clooney. So he's like a business guy, successful in his own right. Yeah. The 4 of them are coming through strong.
Beautiful, rich,
Yep.
probably really nice. Well,
Yep.
they could afford to be a bit of a bitch if they wanted to be.
If they felt like
If
it,
they wanted
certainly.
to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaya seems insanely nice.
Really?
Yep. She went on Owen
Damn it.
Thiel's podcast. You should listen to her episode. She's
watch it.
really smart. She's a reader. She has a book club. She just seems quite down to earth, honestly.
She reads?
She
Yeah.
reads too.
Oh, that's it.
On top of it.
I read
you
picture books,
imagine?
but
Right. Because like, can you imagine being this hot and also being like, yeah,
And being
and
able to
also
read.
I read.
Yeah.
oh,
So unnecessary.
wrap
Feels
it up.
unfair.
Yeah, you're done. You
Yeah,
completed
like,
everything.
stop. You're doing
Just-
too much.
Just go for a walk. It's okay. Like, we're fine.
So she did an interview where they were kind of asking her about her relationship growing up in the spotlight. Obviously, having Cindy Crawford as your mom is no small feat. And Kaya said, I saw a clip where she was talking about how, like, when you're a kid, everyone's getting their photo taken. So it didn't really seem odd that when she was out in public, people were like, oh, taking pictures with Cindy. It wasn't until she saw her mom on a stage that she was like, hold on a second. My mom is famous.
Yes.
And like, at a pretty early age, 5, 6 years old, starting to try to understand what that means is very interesting for young kids.
Right. Her mom is famous though, to the fact that we don't even use the term supermodel anymore. Model is what models are called now. There are very select models who have supermodel status, and Cindy Crawford is one of them. Tyra Banks is one of them.
Harry Jowsey.
Harry Jowsey is another that we can.
I was just reading off the board.
Throw out there. It was in the script actually. It's crazy. And so she's beyond famous, and I can imagine seeing your mom walk a runway or being on stage and being like, "Wait, what the fuck? Who is that? She just came alive." Yes, because that's where she thrives.
Yeah, and it's cool that she says that her mom, while obviously Kaya and Presley have both followed in their mother's footsteps in terms of being interested in modeling and finding success and career in that lane, she says that her mom has never lived vicariously through them because she has her own life and her own life experiences.
Right, you don't need to when you're Cindy Crawford.
Yeah. So it's like that, I guess, is a benefit of being a Nepo baby, because it's like, my mom was killing that shit in the 90s. She's already been to the party. She's already made her own money and started her own business ventures. Like, she's not going to put as much pressure.
There's less pressure.
Maybe.
But then we think about David Beckham being like, one of my kids needs to be able to play this damn sport. One of my kids needs to be able to play soccer. Well, and then they can't. We assume.
We talked about the Beckhams last week, and in the documentary on Netflix about David Beckham. Have you ever watched that, Harry?
So good.
So good, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So in the end, he's kind of like kicking it around with Romeo, the one son who has, some soccer talent. Yeah, but we were just joking that it's like David is so disciplined and dedicated to the sport, and none of his kids are that interested.
I actually met Brooklyn at David Dobrik's was doing a Halloween party.
Oh.
He was the nicest guy ever.
Really?
So
yeah,
lovely.
Sweet.
I'm like, you guys can be dicks. It's all good.
Right. You have enough money to be a dick.
You can do it.
Yeah.
But they're just so lovely. And he makes food. He's a chef.
Oh, yes.
He does his thing. I'm like, come on, man.
So you're okay with Nepo babies being dicks?
Here's the thing.
You keep saying that.
No,
you keep saying that.
Here's
You're
the
okay with dick behavior?
If it was me, if my dad was in that, I'm a piece of shit.
Really?
I'm the biggest asshole.
Thank God you're not a Nepo. Because you wouldn't have this stunning personality.
Stunning personality.
I'm just hoping that I make it so that my kids can be
dicks.
Nah, I'll scream at them.
Sometimes I think about that when I'm driving around, I don't know, fancy areas of Los Angeles or elsewhere, and see young girls driving a Range Rover, and I'm like, nice. I guess I could try to give that to my daughter.
Yeah.
And she could be a little bitchy.
Right. Unfortunately, that is the plan for me. I'm like, yeah, you'll be all right. Well, act right though.
Yeah.
Make sure you act right.
According to Kaya Gerber, Cindy's daughter, Kaya says that Cindy is mega down to earth, keeps the family tight knit, and is the reason why Kaya is probably so cool and a reader, and not a bitchy supermodel, is because Cindy Crawford is cultivating that energy within the family.
This is insane.
I love that. And I feel like that's kind of a testament to what celebrities used to be, in that they didn't talk to the media. So they didn't get this personality, Cindy Crawford walked and looked good.
Yeah, true.
And that was really it.
She didn't have an Instagram. She didn't have a TikTok.
We didn't know shit about that lady. So she's probably behind the scenes cultivating a good family, a good relationship with people, because, she didn't have to be all front-facing and annoying.
Yeah. Cindy even said...
like us.
Literally me.
Literally, as we sit here front-facing and annoying right now.
I guess I'll close that out, Sequoia, by saying that Cindy even said that in the interview with Today. She said, quote, "The greatest thing about having kids is you just instantly know your priorities. You know it's family first."
Ugh.
I love that.
Yeah. So I really respect her.
Samesies. Okay, well,
and now Harry's a Cindy Crawford fan too.
I love it. Also, but why is Kai got a different last name? Is that
the father's
last name? I guess.
There's a dad. Oh yeah.
There's a dad.
Right. She also probably didn't want to be a Nepo. She probably could have gone by Crawford.
Guys, these are the hands you're dealt.
I know. Take advantage.
Take advantage of this stuff. Are you crazy?
I do think it's kind of funny. In this situation, if I were Cindy Crawford, I'd be like, the kids are getting Crawford.
Hello, because Gerber, a Gerber baby. I don't know.
We don't know.
Very much
we
Crawford.
don't know Gerber from Gerber.
We don't.
But Crawford, Cindy Crawford, it's
Kaya
just
Crawford.
100.
Kaya
Crawford also
Crawford.
eats as a name. Kaya Crawford. That is so good.
Kaya Jowsey? What?
What? Whoa. Wait.
That
wait
sounds
a second.
even better. Wow.
It sounded pretty good to me. I did like it. Stay with us. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with Kelly Osbourne's recent comments about how the media talked about her body. Over the weekend at a health summit, Kelly Osbourne shared that she got more hate about her weight than her addiction issues.
Yeah, so this was unfortunate. Kelly appeared on a panel at the inaugural Beecher Vitality Happy and Healthy Summit, and she shared that according to her, she has been judged much more harshly for her weight than for anything else. At the summit, she said, quote, "We live in a fat-phobic world. I've been a drug addict and alcoholic. I've been a complete mess, disrespectful to people, horrible. But I got more shit for being fat than I did for anything else. It's insane." So basically, Kelly went on to say that she has struggled with addiction issues in the past. She's lost 85 pounds since 2022.
Wow,
as you guys can remember, she was in the public eye. She's been in the public eye her whole life, but especially since being on TV in 2002. Her family had the reality show called The Osbournes. So it was interesting to hear that she's like, no matter what I was going through in my life, right, internally, if I was struggling with addiction, mental health, you know, my behavior, people were more critical based on times when I was heavier than based on my behavior and my actual like health and happiness, which is unfortunate to hear. But like it also just kind of proves that we live in a superficial world, and people are a lot of times judging you on your appearance sometimes more than like, you know, what's coming through from the internal.
And she's been famous since 2002. And those of you who were around at that time, that was a notoriously difficult time for women to be in the public eye. The quote unquote heroin chic was very in at that time, which is pretty
heroin
much
chic?
Heroin chic.
That
which
was a trend?
It was a trend, but not doing heroin.
Oh, I'm like,
it was
where
just
was
that
I?
you looked like you did heroin. You were so thin
Wow.
that people were like, "Oh, do you do drugs?"
What the
and
fuck?
that was the look that people were aspiring toward at that time.
This is horrible.
So when we look at Kelly Osbourne now, back then with 2025 eyes, we look at 2002 Kelly Osbourne. She's by no means like, you know, the biggest person I've ever seen in my life.
No, she's like a normal gal.
She's like a very normal sized person, but through 2002 eyes, she was not meeting heroin chic standards, and she was just obliterated constantly in the media.
Yeah, do you know who Kate Moss is, the model? She's
Yes.
a British model.
Yeah.
Okay, so she
Oof.
was kind of a part of that heroin chic movement. Just because she was just like very skinny, you know, kind of gaunt, smoking a cigs, like that just became very much
Just
a
horrible.
trend.
And didn't Kate Moss, isn't she the one that had that quote that said,
Nothing
"Nothing
feels
as
better.
good, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels"? I saw that quote, and mind you, that quote fucked up so many girls in the
Yes, it
early
did.
2000s. I saw that quote unironically on TikTok the other day.
Me too. I think that kind of mentality
coming
is
back.
kind of coming back.
I was shook when I went in the comments of whatever fat phobic post I was fucking looking at, and the comments said nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. I had a visceral body reaction as someone who lived through that shit. It's like, please,
Jesus.
you guys, no, please don't go back.
This is so tough. It's scary.
It's scary. It is very scary.
And what is interesting is that Kelly, at this panel, she talked about how she's tried everything out there, okay, to lose weight growing up during this time in the 2000s. She tried surgery, medication, extreme diets. It wasn't until she got her mind right and her mental health that everything started to fall into place.
Yeah.
So it's like the two are interconnected.
Always.
And when you put too much pressure on yourself to fit these standards, or you're not eating healthy, you're not going about it in a healthy way, ultimately it's probably not going to work.
Right. And it's almost like, especially back at that time in the early 2000s, people expected young women to have drug problems, young women who were in the public eye to use drugs or whatever, and that was kind of normalized. But not being stick thin was where the media drew the
crazy.
line.
I always feel like it's the people. Someone told me like the hate never comes from above. It's always like people.
Ooh, that's so true.
Yeah, it's always people, and that's the thing as well. Because like I can't speak to being a woman in this space and having, especially growing up in this. But I've had people say stuff about me, like even my calves, and I'm like, okay, well I'm 6'5", and I like, or you'll
Really?
or you'll feel a little bit insecure about something, and then you'll see a comment, and they'll double down.
Yeah.
And it
Oh
like
my
makes you feel like
God.
really horrible. I just think it's always gross that especially like if you're growing up or just being a young woman and you're already trying to figure yourself out and you have all these people talking about your body. That's so gross and sad. It's like
Truly.
how I started to look at my situation, because obviously like it's obviously super different, but it's just like if it makes me feel good, if I feel happy, I feel loved, that's the only thing that matters. And I just hope that people that maybe are struggling with stuff like that, that just focus on how you feel. Don't worry about these other people, because hate doesn't come from above.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Hate doesn't come from above is such a bar.
Yeah, that is.
People who are really out here living their life and like doing something with themselves don't give a fuck what you are or are not doing.
They don't have the time or energy. Because if
don't.
they're above, they're working on their businesses, they're making their money, they're working on their fitness. They don't really care what other people are doing quite as much.
And there's also so much that goes into someone's weight as well. It's like their genetics. Maybe they're like when we're depressed, I'm eating so much food, like I don't give a fuck. Like there's so many aspects to people's weight journey or whatever else. And I think that if people are going to be commenting on how people look, then
I know,
take a hike, get out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
Goose.
We've been talking about this, last week, Seqouia, too, about complimenting people on things that are within their control. And I was actually listening to Jay Shetty's podcast. He had on this great girl who was on Diary of a CEO before, I think Vanessa, who talks about all the like body language stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Anyhow, they were talking about just like how to better connect with people conversationally. And one of the tips that they use that Seqouia mentioned last week when we were having this conversation about just kind of like young women and body, like relationship with your body and everything. And she says to better connect with people, compliment them on things that are in their control, not how they look. And also compliment people on things that you can have in common. So if you say, Seqouia, that, oh my gosh, I love your outfit, that Aaliyah shirt, I love Aaliyah too. Like you try to like relate to it.
Yes.
And I thought that was interesting because it's like, that's how we should be moving.
That makes so much sense. And then you tried to do it today with Harry when you were like, Yankees. And Harry was like, what?
Hey, I love baseball.
And he didn't receive my compliment.
He didn't receive. There was a miscommunication.
I'm going to use this on dates now as well.
That's actually a really good boyfriend material. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's date thing.
Like, I love Aaliyah.
No, this episode, I'll show you this episode after.
You're going to say that.
She's an iconic R&B singer.
We love her.
Yeah, we do.
R.I.P. to Aaliyah.
R.I.p.
She's gone?
Yep.
She's
hanging out with my dad.
Yep.
Mine too.
Your dad's and Aaliyah.
They're all together.
Yeah, my dad, Pop Smoke, Aaliyah, and the Pope.
That's the dream rotation.
That's what's going on. Yeah, probably King Von's in there as well. Sorry.
You knowing King Von and not Aaliyah is blowing me right now.
It's like, I don't know.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Kelly Osbourne, and I'm sorry that she had to go through all of that. But I'm happy that her mental health is in a place now where she can understand that like your physical health and your mental health are inextricably linked.
Right.
And so, she seems like she's in a good spot.
Yeah.
Eat that food, feel good.
Yeah.
Eat the food, feel good.
Yeah, come on now. Have the chocolate and have a giggle.
Period.
And fart. Everything's all good.
Moving on to our final story of the day. Move over 100 men versus one gorilla. A new internet hypothetical is taking over.
100 British people versus 100 Americans. One big room, no weapons. Who's winning?
British.
Okay.
British.
Look up gypsies. These guys are out of control. They don't live in homes. They're always on the road.
Okay, so is that a British that's a thing that is native to the UK, the gypsies?
I believe so.
Because I 100% watched a TLC show about gypsies growing up. I didn't know that it was like specifically based in the UK. Are there gypsies in America?
There has to be.
Okay, so let's throw in some gypsies on our team too then.
No, but I don't. Well, I'm not British. I don't know. But also, like Vikings, where are they from? Are they from the UK? They could.
Do they exist? Are Vikings still around? I felt
My
like they
mum
were
calls her
extinct.
husband a Viking.
Oh.
And he's got a broken ankle, so he's not very good.
Well, you know what I thought was interesting when I was researching LOL for this topic? I found out that people from Appalachia.
Sorry?
Yes, Appalachia is a place in the U.S.
It's like one of the poorest areas in the U.S. It spreads from like kind of through West Virginia, a little bit of
Appalachia?
Appalachia.
Yes, it's like a mountain range.
Yes.
It sounds like a good place to get water.
You know what? Probably so. Probably a good place to get water. But I didn't know that the people in Appalachia were like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Appalachia is a very interesting area of the United States.
Yes.
And one girl, when she was making her hypothetical like recruit list, she included her first thing was 2 people from Appalachia born and raised among the mountain folk. Yeah, they are mountain folk and they are operating, it seems like, on a completely different timeline than like a lot of the other United States.
It feels like a remote place.
Yes.
Like it feels like they don't have contact with outside communities.
Yeah.
in any way?
need
I'm
to
sure they
join.
do, but that's what it looked like when
I'm
I
joining
saw. You're joining the Appalachian
That's
people.
what I want to do.
All right. Hey.
No, let's do a real fight. Me versus 100 period cramps. I'm gonna get rid of them all.
Wow. You're going to get rid of it? How are you going to do that?
I've been thinking about it.
What's the
What
plan?
the hell are you talking about?
Are you going to...
I'm just saying, like, we want to do real situations. I'm here to end period cramps.
Wow.
Or me versus the gender wage gap. I'm here to end it.
Okay, come on, feminists.
I'm doing it. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm trying to get a girlfriend. All right, back to your show. Everyone DM me.
Let's talk about a real fight. Me versus period.
You had me. You had me now.
I'm
So
ending it.
how are you? Let's just quickly touch upon this before we go back to the Brits and the Americans. How are you gonna fight off 100 period cramps? Do you even know what helps a period cramp?
Words of affirmation, chocolate, and a heating pack,
Okay, we're getting somewhere.
We need-
okay.
we need-
and a million puppies, and a movie. We like socks on your feet.
What about some Advil, baby?
You want Advil?
You
800
gotta get that
milligram
Advil.
Midol, 800 milligram ibuprofen.
I wasn't prepared for this. I was just trying to think of something fun.
That's okay. Now, Harry, what if it were 100 Australian people versus 100 American
We're
people?
cooking you.
You're cooking.
We're cooking you.
How so?
Literally, guys, we grow up with the craziest animals and insects. Like, I remember I was telling my friend, like, oh yeah, we'll go for bushwalks, and the kid at the back of the group would always have to turn around and check for dingoes, because dingoes, you know what they are?
Yeah,
A
the
bird?
dingo stole my baby.
What is a dingo?
It's like a wild dog, pretty much.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like a hyena
I
kind
do
of, right?
remember
Yeah.
a dingo stole my baby.
A dingo
Yeah,
stole my
and
baby.
now-
I don't even know what that's from.
Well, a dingo stole this lady's baby on this island. It's crazy, but apparently I don't know what happened, but that's a big thing. But the kid at the back would always have to turn around because the dingoes will come up, they'll sneak up and snatch the kid at the back.
The kid at the back was getting snatched by
It happens.
a feral dog.
Yeah, so I remember like growing up, and there's like snakes everywhere. There's this, there's that. You know,
Are the spiders real? Like the spider myth? Is that
you know
a
what's
thing?
crazy?
What?
This is gonna ruin your life. No, it's not. No, one of my friends was driving in Australia, so it's like very common that spiders live in your cars. They live everywhere.
Oh
and
my
there's
God.
like huntsmans. If you Google it, huntsmans are like the size of your hand.
I can't look at it.
They're huge.
Yeah.
My friend crashed his car into a dam.
Yep.
And because all the spiders and stuff live in the crevices of your car,
Oh,
as
no.
the water rose, so did all the spiders. They all came out.
Oh.
So imagine you're like, hey, I'm drowning. I would just be
Stop.
like, okay, cool, I'm done. I'm checking out. But I've been driving
That's like
all-
Indiana Jones type
That's
shit, where like all the
insane.
spiders are all over them.
freaky, yeah.
Ew. So wait, I thought he crashed his car because of a spider.
Oh
but
no, that happens.
he
too.
crashed his car and then spiders came out.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah, like I've even been driving and I've seen one come out of like just somewhere in the door and it's just sitting there, and you're just like, okay, cool, like this is how it ends.
Yeah, very much. I
Yeah.
almost crashed my car because of a spider, and it definitely wasn't a huntsman. It wasn't anything that big.
So
Yeah,
the
even snakes and
logistics
stuff.
of like 100 people fighting, let's get into it.
Okay.
You're saying that Australians, like because you guys are exposed to wilderness and nature, you guys like are just like kind of gritty and know how to fight other things off. But let's talk also about like after you explain your reasoning there, like who's crazier? Like who's gonna like go for the gullet? Like who is scratching and biting and like
You know?
What do you mean? Are we fighting or hooking up?
I didn't even mean to take it there.
Yeah, whoa. No, I think Australians will cook you guys because, you know, we grow up. So British people, everyone's stabbing each other. Guns over here. You know,
Yeah.
But this is no weapons.
no weapons.
No
exactly.
weapons.
So in Australia, we
True,
don't have
you don't
any
have
of
any
that stuff.
weapons.
We
Good
just
point.
fight. That's all
You
we
just
do.
fight.
We have this rugby culture.
Okay.
There's literally laws changed in Australia because people fight so much and people die.
Really?
There's this king hit thing where people run up behind you, hit you from behind, and would just kill people.
Okay, this
Oh
is
my
making more
God.
sense that Australians might be better fighters because in America we're like behind our screens growing up as kids. We're
Right.
like, I don't know, do we raise men who like really know how to fight? I mean, we do have like American football, like we
Very
got people
much.
like
I'm knocking them all
aspiring
out.
to.
Okay,
No,
but
no.
some of these people have CTE. They have brain disruptions
So
that
have
really.
It's nothing new. I got that as well.
All right.
Fuck
hey,
it.
Hey, who am I? But does Australia have crackheads? That's the main thing. Crackheads don't give a
point.
fuck. They don't feel pain.
Are
They
you
don't
serious?
give a fuck.
They can't die.
They can't die.
Let me give you a history lesson on Australia.
All right.
We're all convicts.
Oh, yeah, I did forget about that. It was like the place that you sent people
Yeah,
to.
England was like, hey, we've got too many prisoners. Random island. Send them over there. We're all convicts.
Is that how Australia happens?
That is
Yeah.
how Australia
That's the
happens.
genesis of Australia.
Yeah, and if you listen to an Australian accent, it's a drunk English accent.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That is kind of what it sounds like. to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
shout out to us.
So your ancestry is rooted in crime.
Well, not really. Like, not mine, because my genetic bloodline's a bunch of big old bitches. My mom's from England. My dad's from New Zealand. I was born in Australia, so like I don't get to do I don't get to claim the cool stuff. But it's kind of weird being Australian when I was living in England, because they'd be like, "Oh, you're a convict." I'm like, dude.
Oh, would they give you that kind of treatment?
I'm like, brother, I wasn't around. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
Wow. And so like New Zealand?
Zealanders?
Yes, New Zealanders.
New breed of people.
Kiwis?
Yeah, right.
Kiwis, yeah.
Kiwis and Australians have beef.
There's always like that beef across, but more like English people get angry at the Aussies. But yeah, Kiwis and Australians, they go back and forth.
And so for like the British people versus American people, if I'm going to generalize British people, I'm thinking that they're kind of posh, they're kind of chic, like they're not really going to be good at fighting. Is that true though? I don't think I know all sorts of types of British people.
Everyone's getting stabbed.
Everyone's getting stabbed.
Okay, yeah.
Not everyone, but
There's a lot of stabbing happening in the UK.
it's going down. It's terrifying.
Really?
Well, I don't know. Anyway.
Well, you lived in the UK, so you have the best.
Yeah,
and you're a drunk British person. You're a drunk Brit, basically. So you got to tell us.
And you live here now, so you understand both parties.
Yeah, look, I think it really depends. I think Australia's cooking everyone. New Zealand's cooking Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Samoa cooking everyone.
Well, we know that for a fact.
Probably 3 Samoans take out all of Australia.
100%.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of Samoans who live in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the worst thing was like you'd be playing rugby, because I went to school in New Zealand.
Okay.
Skinniest little white boy ever. And then you're playing rugby, the big Samoan guy running at you. Done.
Yeah.
Game over.
Very much done.
Literally on the bench. Pop my knee out.
That's all you got.
Wow. So actually, at the end of the day, who's winning, who's beating everyone are the Kiwis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone over in those islands there.
And the Samoans.
Yeah. Tongans.
Tongan Samoans, yeah.
It's game over.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, we solved that one. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with TV Tuesday to discuss Kim Kardashian's new Hulu legal drama and Lena Dunham's new Netflix show.
Welcome back to the Daily Dirty. I'm Fiona Shea.
I'm Sequouia Holmes.
I'm Jowsey.
Yeah.
So I just was reading a news article about my podcast, and we're doing great.
Really?
Yeah.
What did it say?
I had this guy on from Why Don't We, the band. This guy Jonah, he's the sweetest dude ever.
Nice.
Sweetest guy, and he was just talking about how Chase Stokes kind of brought him to his new girl, and just got sent it. I was like, oh, that's really nice. Thanks.
Nice. Love
Everyone's
that.
picking it up.
Yay.
So,
Yeah.
good for him.
Shout out boyfriend material.
Shout out the boyfriends.
We're going to talk TV with a little segment we call TV Tuesday.
TV Tuesday.
Cure. I like it.
That was our producer Emma's voice.
TV Tuesday.
Ooh, what an exact match.
Okay, so I'm pretty excited. There's some upcoming shows we're going to talk about. Lena Dunham is making her return to TV with a series called Too Much. Okay, gets its Netflix release July 10th. We know Lena from writing, creating, starring, directing in HBO's hit series Girls.
Yep.
Harry, have you ever seen anything about Girls
I've
online?
seen so many girls.
Well, yes. We do know that.
No, I don't know what this is.
Okay, so it's
I got no idea. I watched Sex and the
It's
City
about-
with my mom, right?
Okay.
It's the same one?
It's like younger. It's like
Younger Sex and the City?
yes.
Oh, what is
It's like 20s, early 20s Sex in
Okay.
the City.
I was like,
Not
how-
that young.
I was like,
just
whoa,
early
okay,
20s.
Hollywood?
Yeah.
Sorry.
and a lot less glamorous. Girls is like raw, unfiltered. The protagonists are sometimes more like antagonists. Like you don't really like love these 4 girls. Differently than Sex and the City. I mean, kind of similar. And sometimes the Sex and the City 4 lead ladies can be a little bit annoying or, just kind of rub you the wrong way. But Girls was just really revolutionary in the way that it like talked about sex and talked about post-grad life in New York City.
And how realistically it depicted girls.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And like their relationships, their friendships,
Yeah.
and how you navigate your early 20s.
But we
So
don't like
anyways,
them?
I mean, they were all annoying. Each character was really fucking annoying.
And you watch this stuff?
Yes.
You watch stuff that makes
Ate
you
it up.
annoyed?
Yeah.
the
Really?
dialogue, the writing, it's really funny too. It's not like you're hating the characters where you're like, oh my gosh, this is intolerable, I can't watch it.
Right.
You're just kind of like they're making bad decisions.
And you know those girls. Like, you're like, I know that exact girl.
So
like,
what people think when they look at me, like, this guy's making bad decisions. He's insufferable, but we want to keep watching his car crash.
and then you got to get a TV show.
It makes good
And
TV.
that's it. Yeah.
Do you not make good TV,
I'm
Harry?
the best TV.
There you go. Exactly.
There you go. So anyways, Lena Dunham is coming back to TV with Too Much. It It stars Meg Stalter, who is in Hacks. She's super funny. Basically, the show is about, I'll read a little synopsis, a New York workaholic in her mid-30s, reeling from a broken relationship that she thought would last forever. She's slowly isolating everyone she knows. Every block of New York tells a story of her own bad behavior. The only solution is to take a job in London, where she plans to live a life of solitude. But then she meets Felix, who's played by Will Sharp, a walking series of red flags, and she finds that their unusual connection is impossible to ignore, even if it creates more problems. Do Americans and Brits actually speak the same language?
Ooh. Now, this really did catch me. I loved Girls. I thought the dialogue and the writing in Girls was so specific and so good that I'm very interested in whatever Lena's going to give us next.
Me too.
I will say I'm a little bit disappointed that this does not take place in New York City. I love a television show that takes place in New York City, but I'll take London. We'll see how that goes.
London's great.
Yeah.
Shout out London.
Yeah.
Team Crumpets.
I think I love, similarly, I loved Girls, love Sex and the City, love New York-based shows. That's why I am excited for Owen Thiel's new show, Adults, because that takes place in New York. So that might like scratch that itch for me. I was bummed when I actually read the synopsis and was like, oh, she goes to fucking London? That's where the whole plot, like, come on, we want New York. But I'm open to it. I'm open to it because I love Lena.
Yeah.
And I won't be too patriotic.
There we go. Right. We won't be too patriotic.
I won't be over the top.
Since we're already getting beat by 100 Brits, I guess. I think more shows that depicts life in your 30s would be good as I, enter. I'm here now. But as I really dive into my 30s, I would like more of that representation. The last show that I watched with girlies in their 30s, I think, was Insecure.
I was going to say, Insecure is kind of like early 30s,
It's
right?
early 30s, yeah. Like the first episode, I think Issa's turning 30.
Okay.
So I think that takes place in your 30s. And I feel like we do need more of it in general. Sex and the City, they were also in their 30s,
Yes.
were they not?
Yep.
Yeah. So
30s.
we could use a little bit more. So I'm excited to see what Lena does with this.
Me too.
Yeah.
Harry, are you watching anything on TV?
I'm actually the worst at watching anything. I always just fall asleep. So embarrassing. Like, it drives me crazy. I was watching Severance, and it took me like a whole month to finish it because I'd watch 10 minutes each time and fall asleep.
That's okay.
I don't know if that's a disease or something, but like literally I can't watch anything. Even on a plane. I'll be on a plane before the plane takes off. I'm asleep. I wake up. I'm like I think I've got a problem. Like I just want to be asleep.
Did you used to go to sleep watching TV as a kid?
All the time.
That's you probably like associate it.
Yeah, a sociopath?
Associate
Okay,
it.
I was like,
You probably associate
So you're probably a
Associate
sociopath.
television.
You know what? I've been called worse
Just
things.
straightforward saying that would have been so crazy.
Yeah.
If you were just like whispering into the
You're
microphone.
probably a sociopath. I've already called you a Gemini man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
I've been called worse things.
Right,
so.
right, naturally.
The shoe fits.
There's other TV coming out too that's going to be cool too. Kim K has a new legal drama called All's Fair.
Yeah, maybe this will keep you awake.
Right.
I'll watch her.
It has, attractive women. You'll watch Kim.
Wait, did you see her showing up to I don't know if this is fully off topic, but I saw just before she's showing up to court for the jewelry thing, and she's got all these diamonds on, and she looks incredible.
Oh, she's
You
in
know,
Paris.
she got robbed?
Yes. She's in Paris showing up
Oh,
for
is
the
she-
jewelry
is she,
thing.
like,
She has all her
bedazzled?
diamonds on. Period.
Down.
Period.
Yeah, go.
She
go.
said,
I
you
love
can't
you.
rob me at gunpoint.
Bitch.
I
And
love you,
not
Kim.
come iced out to the trial.
Bitch.
I wonder if they dropped the trailer because of that. That trial is starting today, I think. So she's going to be in the press, and it's very legal
Genius.
focused.
That makes so
And this
much
is a
sense.
legal drama show.
Yeah. Let
Ryan Murphy.
Oh, that is so smart.
That
I'm
is
gonna plan
great.
my life better like this.
Truly.
I'm gonna need to get a lawsuit, have a law show coming out at the same time. Actually, I don't want to get sued.
It seems easy. It's easy enough, get in some legal trouble. Make a
Yeah, I
show.
don't want that.
I don't know.
Take it
Yeah,
back.
not ideal. That's
Take it
okay.
back.
This is very good campaign alignment here. They said, then we'll drop the trailer on the same day that the trial starts. Let me read a little synopsis about what All's Fair, Ryan Murphy show, is all about. Okay, so a team of female divorce attorneys lead a male-dominated firm to open their own powerhouse practice. Fierce, brilliant, and emotionally complicated, they navigate high-stakes breakups, scandalous secrets, and shifting alliances, both in the courtroom and within their own ranks. In a world where money talks and love is a battleground, these women do not just play the game, they change it. And it's a star-studded cast.
Stacked. We have Kim Kardashian, of course, Naomi Watts, Niecy Nash Betts, Tiana Taylor, Matthew Nozuka. I said that name totally wrong. Emma.
Noshka?
There we go.
Noshka.
And Sarah Paulson and Glenn Close. So it is like very star-studded in here.
The trailer didn't tell us much beyond that little synopsis. Like, we can tell there's going to be drama.
Yes.
It's divorce attorneys. There's relationships. We imagine it's going to be steamy. We saw some kissing scenes, but like plot, not so sure.
Right.
We're going to
Unclear.
find out once it drops.
We'll find out. Yeah, Kim Kardashian slapping somebody in the trailer.
Is she
You
really?
know, I think
I'm
so.
so
I think I
jealous.
recall seeing her slap somebody.
Wish she'd slap me.
Well,
Sorry.
might be able to set that up. I don't know. And yeah, it looks like something that I'm interested to see where it goes. Ryan Murphy is great. Kim and him did American Horror Story together, right?
Yes.
Before.
He's done Glee. He did Menendez Brothers.
Dahmer. He's just like done a lot of stuff.
What the hell?
I love some seasons of American Horror Story. Not every season, but some seasons. He tends to like write in a campy way that I enjoy.
A blind spot for me is American Horror Story, and people have been telling me time and time again, you got to watch season 1, you got to watch season 3, and I just like forget about it. But obviously loved Glee growing up. I thought Menendez Brothers, well, of course there were some discrepancies in like the, I guess, portrayal of the story.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking awesome.
Insane. So good.
Do you watch that, Harry?
You guys
Rushed
both
it.
watched it. Okay.
You watched it?
No, I didn't check that one out
It
yet.
was just the acting and everything was just so like obviously the story is horrible.
Yeah.
We don't like
Horrible.
Not great.
that.
Yeah.
Terrible story.
Yeah.
The show, insane.
A1.
So-
Nice.
So good. Okay,
So-
I'm glad that you agree.
Yeah, the acting, everything was like so fun and it's over like over in Beverly Hills, I think. I don't
Yes.
know. It was
Yeah, I
awesome.
think it's Beverly Hills.
I really liked it. I'm like, damn, they should win all the awards for that. But then the story, not so good.
A little gruesome. Other shows, you guys. I've been watching this show on Netflix called Forever.
Okay.
It is a scripted romance thing based on Judy Blume's book,
Oh,
Forever.
cute.
It is the cutest fucking show I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
It is about first love. It's just about like the two title characters. I think they're both like seniors in high school, 17-ish. They fall in love. It is so fucking
We watch different TV.
cute. You gotta watch this one.
I
Your
watched-
boyfriend material.
We watched it 60 Days In. Have you seen this?
No.
Don't worry about it.
What's 60 days in? You gotta explain it now.
Normal people go on the show and they have to spend 60 days in prison. And
Yeah, we're watching different things. Harry.
the other prisoners...
You are a convict. You are an
I know,
Australian
I know.
convict.
But the other people don't know. Like they have to like try and figure out what's going on. And they like sometimes like this one time a police officer went in. Like, oh, this guy's a cop. He's a rat. And they're like, we're gonna kill him. Like it's crazy.
Wait, I'd kind of watch
This
that.
sounds pretty
It
interesting.
does sound interesting.
What's it on, Harry?
You watch it on Amazon?
Oh, okay.
I think that's where I watched
That's
it.
where you watched it. Okay.
Wow. All right. Well,
Sounds
thank you
good.
for that rec. Thank you for being here, Harry. You can listen to Harry's podcast, Boyfriend Material, wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us at The Daily Dirty and tune in tomorrow as we get down and dirty in the weeds of the biggest stories in pop culture. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.